Masking. What do we lose when we hide too much? Mental Health by NATALIE RINEHART.
I've been thinking about masking a lot lately and how it impacts us all. Masking takes place when we hide parts of ourselves for fear of being judged or not doing what's expected of us. It's a very common experience in the neurodivergent population, who are often wary of being seen as weird or annoying. But we all do it to some degree. We mask different parts of ourselves depending on the company we are keeping and the social expectations of those interactions. For example, we don't always show the relaxed, home or silly versions of ourselves in the workplace because it's considered unprofessional. But when is masking aspects of ourselves needed versus detrimental? I myself have been needing to mask a bit during my sessions with my clients lately. I have a very unwell and beloved dog that is in her last stretch. My other dog, my therapy dog, knows she is unwell, and I have had to pull him out of sessions because he is wanting to be with her all the time. I feel guilty each time I need to work, as I know she wants to be with me. This slow and nasty degenerative condition has been really hard to watch for me and my son. I know I am masking to a degree in my sessions because my clients don't need to see what I'm holding onto on the inside. I let them know why the therapy dog is taking a break, but don't go into details because my role in the interaction is to be the safe holder of their space, not vice versa. Despite the fact I am still holding my own degree of distress out of sessions, I have still been hugged, had some treats bought for her, and many parents understanding when I have needed to cancel sessions unexpectedly due to emergency vet visits. By sharing a little of what is going on, I feel cared for and understood, and that definitely helps. I think the age of social media has meant that masking has become so much more the norm for us all. We don't show pictures of ourselves that are not well cultivated. We don't always share when things are hard for fear of being seen as a whinger. I think sometimes we are so used to masking in this cyberland, we are forgetting how not to do it in person. Some struggle to leave the house without makeup on, cover up with endless shapewear undergarments, and underneath it all, we reject the actual versions of ourselves that are authentic. This lack of sharing the real us then feeds into this notion that we must hide our true selves, that we must mask, that our real selves are unworthy and will be rejected. It is one huge useless and unsatisfying cycle. Now, please don't get me wrong. I'm not suggesting that we all start roaming around in our PJs with our bed hair, but it's an important appraisal to make. Are we hiding too much of ourselves, ultimately rejecting ourselves and never leaving space for authentic approval from those around us and from within? So how do we explore unmasking for ourselves and role model it for our young people? I always suggest a little bit by little bit. We don't suddenly pull off a well-honed mask and yell, ta-da, and expect everyone to understand. But we can choose certain people we would like to bring closer, to show a few more parts of ourselves with. It's true that in many circumstances, in sharing sensibly with others, we are ultimately giving them permission to share back. Sharing begets sharing, most of the time. When we show we aren't perfect, other people can feel more like they don't have to hide their imperfections. Other people can offer us support, stories of their own mishaps, and we can normalise this messy experience of being human beings. Our generation of young people are the first ones to come through their lifetime with a degree of social media in it. We still aren't sure of the long-term effects this will have. I'm in support of the social media ban for our under-16s because of the damage it can and has caused many, although I may have made the cut-off 15. There are some uses to it, but they don't outweigh the damage. Until we can control it better, most are better off without it. This generation will need to learn how to unmask so they can receive approval for their authentic selves as much as a young person can. But we as the adults can certainly lead the way by showing up in our own lives more fully. So I would dedicate this column to my beautiful 11-and-a-half-year-old boxer Xena, who has been such an hilarious and shining light in our lives. Anyone who knows boxers knows they swap back and forth between big goofballs and great guard dogs, and they bond deeply with their family. She has shown up authentically every day of her life, with nary a mask in sight. Maybe we all try and show up a little more like that and get all the pats and love we deserve. Until next time, folks.
NATALIE RINEHART is a young person and family counsellor, life coach and author. Visit youthlifecoach.com.au, phone 0425 735 106 or email youthlifecoach@healthpriorities.com.au. This article was read by Rebecca Rose,
Sandy Miller.